Hi, my love. Welcome. This is going to be your Spirit, Me, and You session. I'm going to be getting ready to connect right now. I like to light a candle to kind of symbolize and invite Spirit into session. All right. So, the way that I'm going to go ahead and do this is I'm going to do kind of like the written. What I like to do is I write down everything that I'm sensing. So I'm going to do that first, and then we'll get into the card reading portion. Now, I know this is your first session, or your first reading. I don't know if this is your first reading ever, but if it is, welcome and congratulations. So the way I go about this type of reading is I write down everything that I'm sensing when I'm connecting with your energy. Then I'll go over it, and then we will do the tarot card pull. So I will pull tarot cards for you to give you more of an extended message of whatever comes through in the channeled portion of the reading. I cannot guarantee that Spirit will come through. I cannot guarantee that it'll be a particular one that you're looking for. It's just whatever I'm sensing at the time. And then obviously the way I interpret could be different from what you are seeing or feeling. Maybe it's, I'll associate it as something or someone else versus, what it is for you. So it's hard to receive the validation in real time because this is a pre-recorded video. So I'm just gonna basically let you know what I have, and then you can, if you want to message me later for feedback, you can do that. Also, I invite you to take notes. So do take notes for this session. This could be a little bit of a lengthy session, so I do kind of recommend notes. And in the email that you receive, you will receive a workbook PDF, which you could download it and print it if you like. And it gives you space to write notes, and then it also gives you journal prompts to help you, work with the information that was received in your reading. Okay, so let's get started. Let's go ahead and Okay. I'm going to go ahead and, I could go on forever, so I'm going to go ahead and stop there. All right, so for the sake of this video, usually I put it on my face, but I just got up like maybe 2 hours ago, and I just got out of the shower, so my hair is just still drying, and I don't really want to be on camera, so I'm just gonna have the camera on the table for now. In fact, let me put my candle closer so you have like a little bit of a nice visual. Take this time to kind of write your notes and stuff. You don't really have to pay attention to the camera just yet. Okay, so let's go over some of these things that I was getting. And actually, a spirit or 2 spirit animals came up for you. So let me get my book. Ooh. Whoops. Let me get my book. I have my cord. My phone's hooked up to my charger because the battery runs out a lot faster these days, and I'm due for a new phone. Oh my goodness. And so the cord is just like getting in the way. Okay. All right. So, so you had 2 spirit animals that came through in the reading, which is exciting because one of them I was actually, when I was getting out of the shower and I was, towel drying my hair, I saw one of your spirit animals. So usually that happens when I'm going to connect with a reader, with a client. I will start to kind of think about them, and their essence will come through, and oftentimes spirit guides or animals will start appearing to me in my mind. So yours already started to come up. Okay, so first things first, the very first animal that I saw was the armadillo. Now armadillos, maybe they have a significance to you, so I would say think about that for a minute. From my own personal experience, I never seen an armadillo, but I did come across the animal frequently when I was traveling in Texas, when I went to Texas like years back on a family trip. And so armadillos were really well known in that part of Texas, and that was the only experience I've ever had with an armadillo. So for me, if spirit is revealing an armadillo, it could be the significance to the actual message of the animal, which is what I'll read to you. But think of it also in terms of location. Maybe that you have a significance or a connection with spirit in Texas, or maybe Texas plays a role in your life in some point, or has, there's some kind of connection there, or the armadillo itself could be, maybe it's an animal that you like, or maybe it is an animal that you've been seeing often lately. So that is just kind of something to think about. That's what I mean when I'm saying, like, I could try my best to interpret the things that I'm seeing for you, but ultimately you're going to be the one that's going to make those connections with how it fits perfect for you. So so think about those things with the armadillo, but let's go ahead and look at the spirit message for it. So I'm hoping my book has it. I'm pretty sure that it does. Oh, maybe not. I wonder. Oh, here it is, the armadillo. Okay, so in case you don't know what it is, it looks like this. It's kind of like a weird looking creature with a crazy, like a harder shell. It has a long tail. It kind of looks like a possum. I don't know, like a weird possum with a possum mixed with an anteater. But it has a very scaly outer exterior, and they roll up in balls when they're protecting themselves from prey or from predator. Okay, so the spirit message of the armadillo is you need to set clear boundaries with those whom you feel are intrusive or invasive. It is time to retreat rather than trying to make headway or directly influence the circumstances at hand. There's a situation that requires you to dig deeper to discover any underlying deceit or evasiveness. It is important to be discerning right now with whom you can trust, especially with particularly sensitive or highly personal issues. Define to others not only what you don't want, but more important, what you do want. Now, it's really interesting because that message is all about boundaries. That message is about setting your own personal boundaries and being aware of people's energies towards you. So this is kind of warning you, you know, to be aware of, you know, maybe it's family or friends, right? People in your life right now that are just kind of giving you a feeling of like not being 100% truthful, or maybe you're dealing with, you know, some negativity concerning your friendship or relationship dynamics. But the armadillo it's a message of protection, okay? Which this kind of goes hand in hand with some of the other stuff that I pulled later on. So I will definitely kind of tell you that connection. So definitely the armadillo popping up. Next, I was getting a lot of nervous energy from you, and nervous energy maybe could be in line with this is your first reading, all of that, but I feel like there's a lot of nerves or anxiety in your aura. Your aura is coming up in the color orange and yellow, and I see that as like a sherbet blend. So I see oranges around the heart, and then I was seeing like a lot of yellow on the outer side of you. So I feel like on the inside, like the inner, the inner layer of your aura is more orange. Orange to me is anxiety, but it's also a desire for passions or to seek your fulfillment. And then yellow aura is joy. It's seeking happiness. So I wrote down that you're seeking happiness, but deal with anxiety, and you want to fulfill yourself spiritually. Some other things that popped up, especially with the energy of your name, I heard the word hello. So I feel like spirit, or there's a spirit or past loved one perhaps that is on the other side for you, wanting to say hello. I was definitely feeling female spirit. I was feeling two specific female spirits. They feel older. I'll get into that in a little bit, but some other words that came up is honor. And I don't know if you hold an altar space for spirit or for a past loved one, or if you have some kind of like a shrine, or if you have some kind of just like maybe like a little memorabilia in your home, or if you live with other people, maybe someone else does. But when I got the word honor, I was like getting the image of like a shrine or some kind of altar space that you hold for someone special in your life. So I feel like that's kind of connected to the hello. And I feel like, you know, they're showing that they see that and they are very much aware of what you do. The other thing is I got some names that came through. So the name Lucy came up, as well as lucid. So lucid or Lucy being a name, but lucid, I was feeling like maybe you have very vivid dreams and you have very deep lucid dreaming. Lucid dreaming is when you can kind of control the dream to a sense. Like you could kind of, if you don't like what's happening, you can kind of shift the dream a little bit to do something else. Or a lucid dreamer can be you just heavily dream and you can kind of control whether you want to jump back into that dream or not. So I have that ability to do that. It's pretty crazy. It's quite common with people who have heavy water in their charts, especially Pisces energy. So maybe you have like a heavy 12th house in your birth chart, or a lot of Pisces energy in your birth chart. So let me know if you remember, but definitely lucid dreaming came up. And then I heard Lucy after that. So I'm wondering if maybe you dream about a woman, or you dream, or maybe you have a past loved one that has the name Lucy or Lucinda, or like something like that, that might be appearing to you in dreams. Just saying, I could be wrong as well. I also got the word care, and I feel like this is self-care. I was kind of like feeling there's more of a need for self-care on your path right now, taking care of yourself health-wise, physically wise. The word or the name Aguilar or Aguila, Aguilar, and then I saw eagle. So I know that in Spanish that name, eagle, is like represented by that name. And so I wanted to look up the eagle spirit as well for you, because I feel like that's kind of another animal that pops up. But also that last name. So it's like Aguilera, Aguilar, Aguila, all of the above. If there's any connection with that. Okay, so let's go ahead and look for the eagle. All right. So eagle spirit definitely pops up, says there's an opportunity for you that you're considering, and it would be best if you take advantage of it soon. There will be a new beginning in a positive direction following a recent period of strife, one in which you've gained a great deal of stamina and resilience. Detach and rise above the mundane so that you're able to see your life and circumstances with a broader perspective and greater vision. It's time for a great spiritual awakening, one where you experience a greater connection to the divine. I love it. This is an important time to communicate with the divine for creative inspiration, which is what I was seeing with your orange aura. So heed any guidance you receive. Whatever you put out, positive or negative, it will now return to you in some form more quickly than ever. So you're definitely on the quest for spiritual awakening, or having one, or going through one. And I definitely was catching on to that too, because I wrote down, you want to fulfill yourself spiritually. So you want to fulfill yourself in a way that you feel more connected. You're seeking answers. You're seeking your own way, your own path. Okay, so some other stuff that came up for you. You have a lot of ancestor energy around you, and I feel like that's the two female spirits that I feel that these could be past loved ones, grandmother spirit, but I also feel like one of them is also like a great grandma or a great aunt. So I don't know how with your family line, if you guys are very familiar with your family tree, but I wrote down to look into the family tree. There's a great aunt or a great grandmother that is around you. Very significant women. They played very, very important roles in your family line. I feel like it's more so on the mother side. Okay. Then I wrote down trees and roots. So I was definitely seeing trees in my mind's eye for you, and the roots specifically. And I feel like that goes hand in hand with the family tree message. I feel like Spirit wants you to learn more about where you came from, your family line, your history, that kind of thing. But it could also symbolize too that maybe your roots are very important in your family. So there are some people who have who've kept records of their family history. Maybe you guys are some of that too. I wrote down you're seeking validation. So your energy's popping up that you're looking for validation. You're looking for an answer. You're looking for, some kind of validation that is telling you, are you on the right path, or this is where you're supposed to be right now. I wrote down of self with a question mark. So I feel like you have a lot of questions about yourself, about your energy, your journey, your path, and you're seeking validation for that. I also wrote down you are misjudged and often misunderstood by many people, whether this is, your inability to express yourself, or it could be social awkwardness, or it could just be, people just don't get you, people just don't understand, which could also go hand in hand with why you want to fulfill yourself spiritually, because I feel like there's some voids there with your social life. Maybe you're a social outcast, or you're just somebody that doesn't have a huge, like a huge social circle, which I don't. I really don't. I have a very small social circle. There's nothing wrong with that. But that just means, fulfilling those voids or that emptiness or that loneliness with other things in your life that is fulfilling. So a spiritual path, or, a creative endeavor. Some other stuff I wrote down is you have red roses around you. And as soon as I was seeing the red rose, I was hearing walk the path. So I wrote down a passionate path. Red roses to me are symbols of the journey. It's to me like I saw roses, and rose plays a very significant role in my spiritual journey. So I associate when I see roses with spirit, or I associate it with the spiritual path. So I do feel like you're being guided to walk your own path. Then I heard Spirit say congratulations. So I don't know if there's been a recent accomplishment, or a recent maybe you finished something major in your life, or whatever, but Spirit is saying congratulations. So they're acknowledging this this success, or this recent new beginning or whatnot that's going on in your life. That's when I wrote down two women, because as soon as I heard congratulations, I was really feeling that there's two women around you. Then I also felt Archangel Michael's essence around you as well. He came forward with a message of saying he's a heart protector for you. So he protects your heart chakra. I don't know if you're familiar with the chakras, but definitely the heart chakra. This is how you love, how you give love, but also how you receive it. Archangel Michael protects your heart. So I feel like that maybe that goes hand in hand. Maybe in the past you were mistreated in relationships, or maybe you dealt with some a really bad breakup in the past, or love is just something that is difficult for you, for whatever case. But Archangel Michael is the angel of protector for your love, for your heart. I also wrote down better than evil and fighting a family curse. So I personally do not believe in curses. I believe in there's negative energy, but I don't believe that someone has the power to curse me or curse someone else. Like I don't subscribe to that kind of thinking. I know a lot of people do. I think it's just negative energy, but everything can be broken and everything can be protected. So I feel like for you, better than evil, fighting a family curse, maybe there is a line of that. Maybe there's a history with your family of a family curse. And I'm not saying that you have one, but if this is something that is popping up, like maybe if you know or are aware, or maybe people in your past in the family have, you know, thought or assumed that maybe there was a family curse put on you guys. That's just something that's popping up. It came up with Archangel Michael, so definitely he's definitely the one that you want to work with for protection and to fight those sorts of things. But yeah, that's popping up, and maybe there's a significance there with why you should be guided to work with your ancestors and looking up your family tree. I also wrote down you have a very hard exterior. And hard exterior, I mean an outer shell, right? It's hard. It's like a shield. And then I wrote down you've been through a lot, and you use this to your advantage. Use your difficult experiences in life to your advantage. Use this to help you, right? To push forward in life, to deal with some of the more troublesome aspects, to get through some of the hard parts. But I also was interested in saying that the hard exterior is the armadillo, right? The armadillo has that hard shell, and then on the inside is all of the softness and all of the vulnerability. So I feel the same goes to you too. So perhaps that's why armadillo spirit is coming forward for you right now, because it's a reminder to honor that. And to also work with that as well. So beautiful messages that came through. I hope that these resonate. I hope if anything, that at least just one resonates with you. It's always a gamble when I do the video connecting, because I don't have like you here with me live to validate what I'm receiving, or if I interpret it wrong, but maybe it's still spot on, but it's just interpreted it a little bit wrong. But whatever the case, hopefully something there caught your eye, and we can begin the tarot reading. Okay, so I'm gonna blow my nose. I'm sorry, I apologize. I should turn off the video, but then I'll have to like put it together. When I just wake up, like it's only been probably 2 hours since I've been awake, I get very congested in my allergies in the morning, so I have to deal with all of that. And then once I get it out of my system, it's usually the first couple of hours of me being awake, then it all goes away. So okay. So for the tarot reading, I'm going to use Oracle and Tarot. So I'm going to be working with the Spirit Animal Oracle. I just thought that this would be so appropriate because the animals were very strong with you, and I'm also going to use the Spirit Song Tarot. The animals were strong in your energy, so I just feel like maybe I should just use animal decks. And then also, they're just peaceful. Like, they're very soft. I'm also going to work with my mermaid messages. So my mermaid messages. And the angel therapy, because Archangel Michael came through. So definitely you have angel energy around you as well. So lots of animal and angel energy within you, around you at this time. And it changes. So sometimes you're not always angelic. Like sometimes the angels aren't always around, but right now in this time of your life, they're definitely around you, or at least Michael is. Which I love because I work with Michael a lot too. All right, so with this tarot reading, I'm just looking for, actually, let me cleanse these cards real fast. I'm going to be pulling randomly and just seeing what comes through. So I want to, with a specific intention of looking at your spiritual path, this spiritual awakening that came through in the messages, because I feel like that's very important for you right now. But also I'm just leaving it open for anything that needs to come through for you. Oh, I love it. So I pull in threes. So cute. I love these cards. They're so pretty. Okay. Okay. Now, I'll pull the tarot after. So from the Oracle cards, some messages that we have is Law of Attraction is popping up, okay? So this is basically you being mindful of the energy that you were putting out into the universe, okay? Law of Attraction is basically you can attract, like attracts like. So what you put out into the world, you're going to be receiving similar or the same energy back onto you. So I feel like this is a reminder that you need to be aware of the kind of energy that you're putting out into the universe, whether this is with your friend dynamics or this is with your family or yourself, okay? The Clear Yourself card is popping up, and I feel like Clear Yourself is saying this is cleansing, okay? And I feel like this is associated with your heart. For some reason, when I first pulled this card, I just immediately thought of a heart. And I did mention that in your channeled portion of the reading of the heart chakra with Michael being your protector. So I do feel like you need to go through a cleanse, like cleansing your heart chakra, releasing things that no longer serve you, releasing energy that just no longer holds a significance in your life. And a lot of letting go of stuff from the past, I feel too. Heal Away Addictions is also popping up. So I feel like there could be, you know, I'm not saying you have addictions, but there could be things in your life, habits, or if there is a substance abuse, there is, you know, if there's something like that, you know, maybe that is associating with dealing with it, you know, no longer allowing yourself to be held down by, you know, negative habits or negative emotions or past stuff or addictions in general, right? So this is a cleanse. This is a spiritual cleanse for you. And I do feel like it's kind of like that Spirit is saying as you go through this awakening, whether it's your first one or your third or your 20th, we have multiple awakenings. I feel like the Spirit is telling you to go through this cleanse, right? Go through this spiritual cleanse, get rid of stuff, clean yourself out, inside and out, both the outside and the inside. To prepare, right? To prepare for this new journey that you're going to be taking. The Mermaid Oracle, so I got positivity, patience, and light. And I feel like this is, you know, positive energy with the Law of Attraction. If you want to attract more positive people into your life, positive situations, positive outcomes, you got to be a positive person yourself, right? You got to deliver positive energy out to the universe. Give it to people. Be a light. That's what I also got. This is the light. Be a light to people that you encounter in your life. That little lighthouse in the background, that's really catching my attention for you. I feel like that's Hermit card energy, which let me pull that so you could see. And since I have my I have my giant tarot deck here that I use for my classes. Oh, look at that. He's right on top. Perfect. That is Spirit right there. So Hermit energy. With the lighthouse, I was really thinking about that with his lantern. So the Hermit is the card of inward focus, inward introspection. This is you really looking deep inside of yourself. When you are going onto the spiritual journey, whether this is your first one or it's like your third round or whatever, this is a lot of inner focus. This is healing. This is you taking into account all of the parts of yourself that need to be fixed, that need to be better, that need to be or stuff that needs to be let go of, right? Maybe you're holding on to things that you shouldn't be holding on to anymore. So this is a sense of letting go and release and freedom. And as I say that, I think about the eagle spirit that came up earlier for you. With the eagle spirit, you're spreading your wings, okay? So I love that. Now, the other animal cards that I pulled is we have and then the patience card is at the core. So right in the middle of all of this is the card of patience. And I feel like that's definitely important because it's saying spirituality it's not going to happen in the blink of an eye, and it's not going to happen magically. Like, you're not going to just all of a sudden feel connected and spiritual and psychic and in tune with yourself. Like, this stuff takes time. This stuff takes time. I've been on my personal spiritual path for 8 years now. And I am always learning and I am always evolving. And so you will never reach the ultimate end all. It's a learning process. It is a lot of like letting go. It's healing, but it's also growing. So it's a beautiful path to be on, but you have to have patience with it because sometimes it takes a while to learn stuff, or sometimes it takes a while to become your better self, right? So there's no timeline for that. Okay, so we have the stag spirit, take the lead. I love it. So stag spirit is telling you to take the lead, be the leader. Be the leader in your life. Take the lead, take the initiative is what I'm seeing with this. You don't need someone else to guide the way for you. You guide it yourself, right? You don't need someone to turn on the light. You have the lantern. You light your path, right? So I love it. Same thing with the roses. You walk your path with the roses is passion. Walk it from your heart. Be passionate in your path. The buffalo spirit came up, and this says the abundant universe will provide. The abundant universe will provide. What you put out into the world, that law of attraction, the universe is going to provide for you back whatever you need, right? When you ask God for something, if you need it, and if God says, yes, it's time, you'll have it. Divine timing, right? I love that. And then the last one is the chameleon spirit, act as if. Follow what you feel called to do from the heart. Use your heart chakra. That's why it's so important with Michael, Archangel Michael, being the protector of your heart, right? There's nothing to fear. And maybe that is something. Maybe that's something with you. Maybe you fear your spiritual path and you fear going on the path because maybe, it's the fear of the unknown, or it's the fear of doing it wrong or whatever. But Archangel Michael is there to help you and to protect you in the path. So really, really beautiful energy. Okay, let's go ahead and pull some tarot cards. Ooh, you got the World with the whale. I love it. Okay. So the whale is my personal spirit guide. And the World card is telling you that your world is changing. I feel like your world is about to change, and also literally a big ending. And remember how I said Spirit said congratulations? The World card usually means to finish something, to complete something. It's a graduation card, right? You're coming full circle. So I feel like Spirit saying congratulations is like they're telling you did this. You're on this new phase. You're on a new level of your life. Congratulations, you made it, And then also maybe there's a personal completion or a personal, success point that you hit And so you'll know exactly what that is too. But I love this. So this is fulfillment and celebration. This is a time in your life to be happy. We should always be happy, but this is a time in your life to really be fulfilled and to feel fulfilled, to feel like you can celebrate yourself. Your spiritual awakening is yours, right? The spiritual journey is yours. No one can tell you what you should and shouldn't do. So it's a happy time. I love it. We also have, you have the Magician, willpower and creation. Oh my God. So that with the Law of Attraction card tells me that you're going to be able to manifest, because the Magician card is all about manifesting your desires, that you have the power, you have the tools to create your own reality. And that Magician card is definitely saying this spiritual path is going to be so fulfilling for you. It's going to be so exciting. And it's filled with new things to manifest, making magic happen, right? I love it. And then you got the Nine of Feathers, the Nine of Swords, perspective and self-empowerment with the porcupine. So Nine of Swords can be fears, okay? This could be a fear card. This could be, Spirit is saying that there's the possibility of being fearful in this path. When you're facing, your true potential, when you are taking risks and you are embracing your life's purpose, it's scary. It can definitely be scary, especially if it is a path that you've never walked before. But I feel like this Nine of Feathers is also saying that you have self-empowerment, that you need to learn to trust yourself, that you need to learn to give yourself credit, that you're stronger than you give yourself credit for. And I feel like that goes hand in hand with your armadillo spirit, the armadillo spirit guide that came through for you, showing that you have a hard exterior, that you are stronger than you know. Okay? I love it. That's beautiful messages. Beautiful, beautiful messages. Do I want to pull anything else? You know what? Let me use a different tarot deck. Let's pull for, actually embarking on the spirit journey. Anything that you need to know about embarking on the spiritual path. Anything to watch out for. Oh, there we go. Ten of Swords and the Chariot. So things to watch out for. The Ten of Swords. This is surrender, my love. Okay? Surrender. So Spirit is showing me that when you are going on to the spiritual path, one thing that you're going to have to do is surrender. Surrender to your fears. Surrender to the fact that you're not going to be able to know what's coming next, right? Sometimes we're just not supposed to know. Surrendering to the difficulty, surrendering to the excitement, all of the above. It's also a number 10, and 10s are endings of cycles, right? So this is a process of, you're ending something major in your life, you're starting a new beginning, but you also have to surrender to fears. You can't let your fears dictate for you anymore, okay? And lastly, I pulled the Chariot. I love it. The Chariot card is action. It's going on the journey, okay? Taking action, taking initiative, going on the journey. Beautiful, beautiful messages. This is definitely going to be something amazing for you. Whether it's your first time around, or this is like your second one, or your 100th awakening, there's always something new to learn. And I feel like definitely this is going to be a spiritual path that is going to be very fulfilling for you. Yep. I don't think I'm getting anything else from this. The only thing is too, the 10, you have a 10, you have a 10. The Hermit is a 9. We have a 9 here. I would just say maybe September, October. Keep in mind those 2 months, okay? September and October. There could also be something there too. Whether this initial journey starts at that point, or maybe something of significance happens with you and your family, or, whatever. Just keep in mind. So if you're taking notes, write down September and October of this month. Okay? Beautiful, beautiful energy. All right, my love. Well, this concludes your Spirit, Me, and You session. I hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for allowing me to connect with you and your energy, and thank you for having patience as I get to the reading. I had a busy week, so it felt good to be able to pull some cards again. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or feedback, please send me an email. I wish you all of the best on your spiritual path, my love. Be free, spread your wings, be fearless, right? Let go of what you need to let go of. Seek your guides, okay? Look to your ancestors, and just enjoy the journey. There's no right or wrong way to do it. You do it organically with what fits for you, okay? Thank you, and I will talk to you later. Bye, my love.